in Baltimore City and in the federal government, as we see on Capitol Hill with the impeachment hearings, there's so much going on that our tax dollars should not be paying for. And I think as just a person that wants to do more, I think it is my duty to really step up to the plate and try to be a voice for the people. I was sitting at a school board meeting tonight in Howard County to talk about things, and none of the parents are for this. Yet the school board still wants to do what they want to do. And I don't understand why the people that we elect to serve us doesn't actually take us in consideration. So I felt like it's my duty at this point to step up and do something.
Well, let me go there and be the tedious leftist commentator from CNN ilk and ask you, why are you willing to take on Elijah Cummings' widow? Shouldn't you just drop out of the race and allow Elijah Cummings' widow to be the one who takes the privileged spot of Elijah Cummings' 7th District out of Maryland?
You know what? You said it perfectly, because they really treat this like it's royalty, right? And I'm pretty sure this is why we went for our independence against the British royals. I mean, I keep seeing all these articles talking about how she's running for her husband's seat. So many people forget this is not Congressman Cummings' seat. This is the seat that belongs to the 7th District. And it's sad that they believe that they're entitled to the seat. They think it should be handed over. I mean, we need someone in there to actually represent the people. And people need to be reminded of the fact that they've worked for us. It's not the other way around. And I know a lot of people are behind her. A lot of people will say, okay, she's going to get the 52 votes. Don't even try it. Don't even go up against her. Just, let it be. And I'm like, how can I, as a person, just sit back and watch this happen? I can't. I know they're going to attack me from the left, from the right. But you know what? What other people can gain, even from my sacrifice, means so much more to me than what I could actually lose here. So I got to go for it.
Kimberly Klacik is going for it tonight out of the 7th Congressional District, which is Maryland. And if you see how that area is just gerrymandered, it's simply amazing. And it's understandable how Cummings was able to keep his post, because if it was shifted in one way or the other, he might not have ever stood in the office of the U.S. Congress. But I want to talk with you about the gerrymandering situation and why Republicans need to come out in 2020. You're in a district that looks almost like an hourglass. It is pathetically drawn, and it was done to keep Elijah Cummings in office. Larry Hogan, the governor of Maryland, has tried to go before the Supreme Court and ask for the gerrymandering to end. He's also the head of the Governors Association. What say you at this point? Should Republicans even come out to support you? Why is it important regarding gerrymandering that they do?
Well, it's super important. It wasn't just done to make sure that Cummings continued to win. It was also done in 2013 to begin with to make sure that Roscoe Bartlett, who formerly sat in this seat, was not reelected. He was the incumbent Republican. So, it's almost as if this seat was stolen from the Republicans. If you take a look at it from the Howard County side to the Baltimore County side, you will see a lot of Republican voters. And so, I look at this and people say, it's almost impossible to win this. But I believe if you really are boots on the ground, grassroots to the city, too, at number one. Number two, you got to take a look at where Trump actually did very well. And that was in the 7th District
It is corrupt. It is a very corrupt process, and quite frankly, it's going to take individuals who are as courageous as you stepping forward and encouraging Republicans to get off of the couches, stop throwing their little slippers at the TV set, cursing Adam Schiff and the rest of the Democrats. That's not helping. You need to get out. You need to vote. And you need to support Kimberly Klacik. Now, I want to go back to uh, the widow for just 1 second in terms of the question, because you mentioned corruption. And since the House of Representatives is virtually covered by the Democrat Socialists of America, um, investigations into the Cummings fell short. And there is theory and some evidences to the fact that Cummings practiced steering monies into the coffers of his wife's nonprofit. Are you going to talk about that during the course of your campaign? Does it matter to the people in the 7th District?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it was so corrupt on so many levels. Here he is having oversight committee hearings with Google and other companies, ensuring that they were going to donate or make so many payments to his wife's nonprofit, whereas the nonprofit, literally, there was a three-letter difference from her for-profit, so she could actually transfer the money over. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I can't believe she even decided to step up and run, because as far as I know, the ethics committee is actually looking into this investigation. And you know what? If she wants to do this, if she wants to put herself out there, great. From what I hear, and this is from the source, now, Mayor Pugh, she's under investigation because of her whole Healthy Holly look and the pay play deal that she made. From what I hear, that she's actually talking a lot more these days and cutting deals for herself. And there's a lot of local officials, their names coming up, and Cummings is one of them. So I am really interested to see where this goes. I don't know if she's going to actually make it to the general election, but I'll be interested to see.
I would love for the ethics committee to come forward, but I have doubts about that because of Nancy Pelosi and the
Yeah.
Democrat leadership there. It would probably take a conservative Congress in 2020 to take a look at, or 2021 to take a look at the corruption that was done in the House under Cummings. $16 billion. That's a very big number, Kimberly. $16 billion. And people know you as the siren, the songstress that brought the attention of Baltimore to the ears of President Donald Trump. And boy, did he lay into Baltimore and into the state of Maryland, garnering international attention. And you received a lot of flack from that from both sides of the fence, Republican and Democrat, in your state. Can you tell us what you went through?
Yeah, it was actually, I have to say it was bad. Here I am. I'm walking into West Baltimore, and there are people there asking me to post or try to get someone's attention to the fact that there has been trash, a rat infestation, all these things that the Baltimore Department of Public Works should take care of, has not taken care of in years. And so they said, Kimberly, can you please try to, at least wave the flag for us? And so that's what I did. And so here I am posting this video. People don't realize I've never they were happy that Trump pointed it out. They used themselves in the videos words like rat infested. And so when Trump actually repeated what he heard on those videos, it wasn't like he pulled it out of thin air. He repeated what he heard from the actual residents. And so the people in the community were happy. But then, of course, the local media that's just very liberal, they, would write whatever they wanted to. And then those people that weren't living in these areas, they started talking about, how great Baltimore is and how beautiful it is. But, you have to be honest, the crime and violence is up, by 52%. And so it's like, what are you talking about? We've already hit 300 murders. This is for the fifth year in a row. And a lot of this stuff is happening to people, not in the drug and the gang, world. It's innocent people just walking down the street trying to get home in the evening, sometimes broad daylight. So these are actual problems, and I hope to bring real solutions to the table. But yeah, it was horrendous. A lot of people couldn't believe that I was being treated that way. But again, this is me. Just if this is the sacrifice to get things done, then so be it.
Yeah, and you have paid an obvious price with a lot of terse commentary from individuals who hold postings and hostings of shows around the country. But you also have received a great deal of accolade, and I'm one of those individuals who offers that accolade to you because you're a stubborn kind of woman to make it happen, and you have been on the ground the whole time. And a lot of people have this image of you as being a princess or a queen per se, and not getting your hands dirty. But you, my friend, have been in the game for a very long time at the grassroots level. Am I correct about that?
Yes, and thank you for saying that. Yes, for 7 years I've been running a nonprofit in Baltimore City, which focuses on workforce development. So we've gotten over 200 women gainfully employed. 30% of those women went on to be financially independent. So I've been in Baltimore City helping out for a very long time. I didn't just show up out of nowhere. So thank you so much for mentioning that, because that story doesn't usually get out. But the nonprofit is called Potential Need.
Exactly.
We take clothing donations, and people, it's so crazy that people are just so against getting those in need the help that they really truly want and need.
And now
it's mind-boggling.
Now, this won't be the last time during your election year that you're on my network, on my show. I'm going to have you come back often on various programs here.
Great.
But let me do the dirty work here, the heavy lifting, since I happen to be black like you. Some of the comments I've heard, and I've been called everything except the child of God by the left. They have made mention of the fact that you are Aunt Thomasina, that you're trying to be white, that you hate black people. That's why you're a Republican. I want to give you the moment where you can talk to people about the fact that you have already experienced enough isolation for being a Republican in the black community, so nothing else can hurt you. Am I right about that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've been called every name in the book for years. So, and that's a good point. There's nothing else they could say that could really get under my skin. Throw everything you got at me, because I'm not giving up. I'm not going to walk away from this. I told the people in West Baltimore I'm never going to give up on them. I'm going to get them help. We're going to get out of this together. And so, people can say whatever they want. I'm pretty sure they're going to say a lot more. But you know what? I'm ready. I'm over it, and I'm ready.
And see, the thing, I know Kimberly Klacik, and that sweet exterior does not tell you how strong a woman she really is and how feisty she really is. Do not get into her with a fight, boy. I tell you, she'll bring it to you. But I got to ask you some of the more obvious questions as well. And this won't be the last time, so we're going to have a little bit more time the next time you come on. But regarding the fact that Baltimore is a hellhole. Now remember, the president got in trouble for calling some African nations and third world nations S-hole countries. And some of those presidents from those S-hole countries responded and said he's absolutely right. They are corrupt. What is your plan of action from the 7th District congressional seat to deal with corruption in your own state?
Yeah, so the first thing we would have to do are audits. Okay, so people don't understand this, but not even just the 16 billion. In 2016, Obama actually put 23 billion into the Penn North corridor, and that is what everybody saw on their television during the Freddie Gray riot. That money was supposed to go to that corridor and make things better. They put that money, supposedly, according to them, before the city council, to infrastructure as far as fixing the roads and the bus lanes and all kinds of stuff. It did not equal $23 million. They just started the work. So there's a lot of money not accounted for that even President Obama put in place. So there's audits that need to be put down, especially within the Baltimore City public school system. I don't know if you realize this, but we're actually paying more per pupil than New York City, yet our kids can't do basic reading or math, right? They have no skills in those. So it's, for me, it's like we have no results here in our education system, yet we're paying more per pupil than almost any other city in the nation. How is that possible? So there's a lot of money not accounted for. We're not getting the results that we should get for the amount of money that's being spent, and the rest of the state is paying for this, right? All this money is being poured into Baltimore. The rest of the state of Maryland, they're not seeing any of this money, especially for infrastructure or anything that they need. So I think once we stop the bleeding in Baltimore City, Maryland in itself, the whole, can then thrive.
I would agree with you. Final question. Will you ask before you set your foot on the steps of the U.S. Capitol as a congresswoman, will you demand that Secretary Ben Carson do an audit on the housing and urban development funds that have been sent to Baltimore?
That would be the best thing I could do, right?
Yes.
There's so much going on. I mean, it really is crazy. And I think people should understand this. If you saw when all of this started to unfold in July, you remember Ben Carson actually came to Baltimore. He was only there for a day.
Yeah.
And he did not really reach out to those in the community because he ended up on the grass of a church that didn't want him there. Remember they told him
Yeah.
to move? So if you really reached out to the community and the people there that's on the ground, you would have been in a place that was going to welcome you. So there's a lot of things there that just don't add up. And so, yes, that's something else that needs to be done. I honestly, and you know me, I'm over it. And I know the people are over it. And we are spending too much in taxes to not have any transparency.
Now, would you find it offensive if Donald Trump came to Maryland 7 to support you?
Absolutely not. And a lot of people say, oh, you know, the people in West Baltimore, they'll be turned off. They don't like President Trump. That is a lie. And this is what I tell people. I said, if they really did not like Trump, right, if they were so upset, CNN, MSNBC, all of the networks would be here asking the residents how much they hate Trump, right? They would love to have that on camera. The fact that they're not here tells us everything we need to know. They know the story is completely different than the story they want to portray. And people in West Baltimore are fed up. They're okay with Trump coming in and actually lifting some of this, you know, I call it an onion because there's so many layers of corruption here. They're okay with Trump coming in and doing this. And if they weren't, you would see CNN, Brian Stetler, all those people that talk so much trash about me and the fact that I did what I did in Baltimore, they're not here because they don't know, they don't want people to see how much people actually enjoy and love the fact that Trump came to their aid.
Exactly.
So I tell people, you've got to look at that part of it because if people really hated Trump, CNN would be here on the ground.
Kimberly, got to ask you one final question, and this goes out because you know I'm very strong in truth, one way or the other. It doesn't make a difference. We take a lot of hits as urban conservatives. Where is the GOP supporting your campaign at this point? And are they giving you that pussified response that we don't touch candidates during the primary?
right? So they are not touching a thing. They say, oh, we got to wait for the primaries over. And then after that, they'll probably say, oh, we got to see what you do in the general, right?
Yeah.
As they always do, and they'll find. Luckily, thankful for you and so many people that let me come on their shows. Luckily, there's so much support from all over the country that we raised over $24,000 in the first 48 hours.
Awesome.
And yes, and that is unheard of as a Republican candidate in Maryland, let alone the 7th District. So there's a lot of people that really support this run. We're motivated, we're encouraged. And you know what? If the small dollars come in across the country, so be it, because we are ready to fight.
Now, I've always said for candidates that come on my program from urban areas, Detroit, Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta, LA, when you come on my program, you have got to make the campaign a national one. This is a national campaign because you're not going to get dollars and cents from Shaquita at the salon in Baltimore. Am I correct?
You're absolutely correct. Yep. That's why people are like, well, what did you announce, national television? I had to.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's not going to work without it.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, do me a great favor. I've already put in the chat roll the site, kimforcongress.com, kimforcongress.com. Don't make yourself a stranger. Go to her Facebook page, go to her Twitter page at Kim K Baltimore. Support not just with prayers. Prayers are great. They're wonderful. I love them. Candidates love them. But when you get up off your knees, put a check in the mail to her or go to her website, make the online donation. She needs this support. Trust me, there are not millionaires in Baltimore that want to give her money, but there are millionaires in the rest of the country that can support her and help her win. What's the maximum give?
Yep. So right now it's at 2,800, but if you go to kimkforcongress.com, you'll see where you can give even $10 and below. Because at this point, any amount helps, and I appreciate it. I just want to win so we can just stop the bleeding. Honestly.
Well, there are two reasons I want you to win. One, I know that you're going to be honest, and you're going to cause audits all over the state of Maryland. The second one is because I need your conservative vote in Congress. Oh God, we need it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, being on Capitol Hill, they haven't seen. I don't need a squad, Ken. I just need me.
Well, actually, you look better than the entire squad. So no matter how you walk those stairs, you'd be great. There you go. Kimberly Klacik, ladies and gentlemen, she's not a rising star. She is a superstar in urban conservative. .com, I believe. Is it .com or .org?
Yep,
.com. Potential-me.com. If you don't support that, make certain if you are pro-life, if you are pro-gun, if you are pro-honesty and truth and pro-Trump, make sure that you send some dollars her way. That pizza that you're going to have tomorrow at lunch, don't do that. Eat the salad and send her the rest. There you go. Kimberly Klacik for U.S. Congress. God bless you. We love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you.
All right. We will have her back very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back from the break, I want to talk with you about something that really is distasteful and disheartful. Setting up my conversation with Biff Zeppe. The simple fact of the matter is that your child's classroom is no longer a learning environment. It is a war zone. And you have to prepare yourself accordingly. We'll be right back with more of the best right after these messages.